Alright, check, check. 1, 2.
Check, 1, 2.
Alright, check. 1, 2. My audio's coming through. Yeah, your audio's coming through as well. So everything should be working as it should be. Alright, I am steadily working out the kinks of this thing. That's good. And we timed this pretty well, because we've got 10 seconds left to the beginning of qualifying. So that is fantastic. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the opening round of the Pacific Elite Series, beginning the 8th season of racing here on Race Spec Esports. I'm Lane Everingham, your commentator for this event and hopefully for the entirety of this season. Tonight we're at Autodromo José Carlos Pache for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Constructed in 1940, the circuit, more commonly known as Interlagos, is regarded by many as one of the best racing circuits on the Formula One schedule. The layout's current iteration was created in 1990, measuring up at 4.31 kilometers and consists of 15 corners and 2 DRS zones that lead into the prime overtaking spots of Turn 1 and Turn 4. But they're not the only ones. Drivers can also try and pass into the hairpins of Turn 8 and Turn 11 in the middle sector. Outside of these areas, the drivers will have to deal with some pretty technical sections, none more important than Junsao at turn 13. This corner not only has a tricky approach, braking zone and traction zone, but is also the corner that will dictate how much speed a driver can carry through the final 2 corners and down the main straight. With it being a relatively short circuit and a well-used one in online F1 league racing, qualifying is bound to be competitive and exciting. Hopefully, with all of this in mind, we get an exciting start to Season 8. Now, I'm not alone in the commentary box. Once again, I am joined by KD1997. KD, it's a new season and a new dawn when it comes to league racing, as this will be the first season where we utilise crossplay in all of our racing series. Are you looking forward to this new era of online league racing?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me back, Lane. It's great to be with you yet again. Am I looking forward to this? The answer would be, I am intrigued to see how this goes. Of course, yeah, like you mentioned, this is the first time we... as I can hear myself there.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. Like you mentioned, it's the first time we're ever doing this sort of cross-play. Of course, we've got PlayStation and PC players, from what I can see on the timing screens. But of course, we will see other platforms in the coming next couple of days. But this is definitely going to be an interesting season, and of course the start of the season should be interesting, as like you mentioned, Interlagos, a very great racetrack. I love this place, and everyone, as we all know, loves this place as well.
Interesting way to start off a season, though, with this circuit.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah, no, like, usually we would see Interlagos towards the later part of the season like we did last time, but as the first race, that is a bit interesting, but we'll see how it goes. I do also have some word from one of the drivers. ACW has just informed me that it is going to rain for the race, so that's something to keep an eye on. I'm not sure for the entirety of it, but apparently there is going to be rain in the forecast.
It will be interesting then to see what drivers do in terms of setup. Obviously, it's dry right now in qualifying, so it will be more ideal to have a dry setup to try and extract lap time during qualifying and try and get as far up the field as possible for the race. However, having a dry setup on a wet racetrack isn't always the best combination, so drivers might make compromises to their setup for the oncoming rain in the race, or they try and send it in the dry right here, right now, and just deal with it during the race itself, which I know a few drivers in this lobby are very, very much capable of. Speaking of which, there's a lot of old faces, returning faces from last season, plenty of new faces as well, jumping over from different tiers from the PC world. They've all come together now to form this one really talented, really stacked field of drivers that are bound to give us a lot of competition over this season. We're going to have the first lap completed, and it's Silderfort who is going to do it, as Pump 46 has joined us, which will make it a full car field for the start of this season. Up towards the line for Silderfort, it's a 1 minute 8 flat for him. We'll see how the rest of the field will fare. G-Force Zach making his way through the middle sector as I speak. Keys getting ready to set a flying lap. Ferrari Pro getting ready to set a flying lap. Tell you what, we're going to ride on board with a two-time defending Elite Series champion and give you a tour of this 4.3 kilometre 15-turn circuit of Interlagos. Up towards turn 1, the famous Center S. It's a downhill corkscrew here, 4th gear. Through turn 2 as Riley jumps to the top with a 7.9. Around Curva de Sol, turn 3, and onto the Retro with DRS open, shifting into top gear as he heads towards Descida do Lago, turns 4 and 5. Down to 5th gear, clipping the apex well, up towards turn 5. Nicely done there as well. Up the hill towards Ferradura, turn 6 and 7. Keeping it in 6th gear, not bothering to use 5th. Keeping it 6 at the entry to turn 8 as well, which is a decent overtaking spot, that hairpin. Around turn 9, easy on the power here. It's very easy to lose control. Around turn 10 and into the second right-hand hairpin of turn 11. Another decent overtaking spot. Turn 12, what a notorious corner this is. A downhill left-hand, it's so easy to lose control. Here is Junsao, turn 13. Like I said, the most important corner on the circuit, because that corner will dictate how fast you go through turn 14 and turn 15, heading on to the main straight. DRS open, up towards the line for Ferrari Pro. It's an 8 flat. He goes to P2, beating Silderfort by 12 thousandths of a second, but he is just under a tenth of Riley, who is currently on pole position.
Yeah, and remember, like these guys are definitely also using no assist as well to keep everyone in mind. So this is going to be showing how much talent they have when they have no ABS, no racing line, no TC. It's just themselves in the car.
Yep.
The ACW, meanwhile, is purple to the middle sector as I'm looking at him on board. He's coming through Jones South. Looked very tidy through there as well as he heads down the main straightaway.
You can see already on the times on the totem pole, it is already incredibly close as ACW jumps to the top, and that's a healthy margin as well, KD. Just over a tenth and a half.
Tenth and a half, that's very good. High 107 at least for the time being. Everyone's pretty much stacked though in the 108s for the time being. But we'll probably see those times go a little bit quicker as the track evolves as well.
And we've got to remember as well, with the wet weather race, some drivers might have that compromised setup we were talking about earlier. So some drivers might not be extracting all of the lap time that they want to get out of qualifying. Down the hill goes Simo 346 as he heads around Curva de Sol, turn 3. It's important that you keep a nice narrow line all the way through the corner. When I started league racing, I took a very natural racing line, an in-out-in racing line. Throughout that corner. You have to keep it in the whole way around. This car generates so much downforce that there's no gain to weaving the car away from the inside. There's no gain at all in terms of speed. You just hug the inside the whole way around, as Martin Brundle would say, like your favourite granny. So down the Retro Posso goes Pump 46 in the Williams. First sector split says he's done a 17 flat through Descida do Lago, heading up the hill now towards Ferradura. Will he shift it up into 8th gear? He will. Entry speed of just under 300 kilometers an hour and carrying a speed of about 225 throughout that corner. You can imagine the G-forces that a real-life driver has to put up with through that corner. Oh, it'd be horrible. Uphill as well, tyres screaming at you. Oh, it would be absolutely awful. Same here at turn 12. It's downhill, flat out. You have to stay fully committed to the throttle. You can't lift. If you lift, you lose time. So you have to stay fully committed on the throttle. In the race, you could get away with a lift, of course. But in qualifying, you need to extract every tenth of a second you can from this racetrack because you can't afford to lose a tenth. Pump will cross the line to set a 8.190. It is P8 for the Williams driver, just sitting inside the top 10.
Yeah, and I was looking on Silderfort's onboard. He was up by over half a tenth, and then he lost the back end coming out of turn 9. Yes, he that was almost on cue, but that was because he rode the curb, not because of traction.
He'll go back into the pits, put on a new set of boots and get back out there. And another great thing about this Interlagos circuit, like we praise it a lot because it's a great racetrack. I think we can all accept that fact. But because it's so short, it means there's so much time for you to do an out lap and a flying lap. So there's no pressure when it comes to the clock. If you give yourself 4 minutes, or even 3 minutes for that matter, that's plenty of time to do at least one more flying lap. So, no, I absolutely adore this circuit for so many reasons. The main one, of course, is its raw ability to just create awesome racing. It does that on such a frequent basis. And it's not just in our virtual world either, it's in real life as well. Pick any year that Formula One has come to this circuit, and I can almost guarantee you, as Smithy jumps to the top with a 7.615, that is a healthy margin over ACW, who is about to start a flying lap. Like, as I was saying, you can pick any year that Formula One has come to this circuit. I can almost guarantee you every single year will have an interesting story to tell about this circuit. Whether it be red flag drama back in 2003, whether it be Vettel's comeback drive in 2012, or, of course, the famous one with Ayrton Senna's broken McLaren hanging on just so he could take his first victory at home at this legendary circuit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's so many things. 2008. Did you mention 2008?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, 2008 with the Isaac Glock moments, as Martin would say, as Ferrari goes for a spin and Pico to Pato. But yeah, no, it's just those sort of moments is just absolutely, it's just something that will stick to you for quite a while. But like also like one of my favorite moments, I mean, I'm not gonna be biased because I'm a Kimi fan, as you probably know. But 2007, I think, was one of my favorite races to watch. Of course, it came down to what was it? Him, Fernando, and Lewis, and they managed to win the championship by 1 point. ACW, my goodness.
7.532.
Wow.
That is quick. Riley's gone purple to the middle sector. He's 3.5 tenths up as he makes his way out to Jun South. If he wants to try and take pole position away from ACW, he'll have to improve by just over 4 tenths of a second. So what will the clock say when he crosses the line? Plebs jumps to P3, Riley to P2. He misses out by 6 hundredths to ACW.
Wow.
Yep.
That's close.
Yep. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Top four separated by, what is that, nearly 4 tenths of a second?
And that's going to shrink over the course of the session. So, and we still got plenty of time. We've got 6.5 minutes left. Excuse you.
Yeah, no, I'm coughing a little bit today.
So, all good. Yeah. All good. It happens. Pato crosses the line. P4.
Wow.
Nice. 7.754 for the Italian driver. In an Alpine, he's in a French car. Oh, Simo's out. He's crashed. That is at the exit of turn 11. The exit of the second left-hand hairpin. He's lost control and he's put it into the right-hand side barrier. So that's qualifying over for Simo. He'll be starting towards the back of the grid. How unfortunate for him.
Wow. Very interesting. Maybe he lost a pick at the Pato or something like that. Interesting way how he did it. So yeah, I've also find as well with these cars. I don't know if you've seen
excuse me for interrupting you, KD, but Zach's had a huge moment coming out of turn 13. He well and truly lost control. Don't lose control again.
Just go back to the pits.
Go back to the pit lane. Don't spin again. Otherwise, you might end up in the wall.
No, I was just going to actually. You're fine. I was actually just watching that too. you were fine to interrupt me. No, I was going to mention about turn 11. Was it turn 11, Magulio? For whatever reason, I've noticed that it's very easy to spin the car. Let's see if you have a low downforce setup. It's quite tricky with these sort of cars.
I absolutely agree. Well, I feel as if with these cars in this circuit, there are a couple of areas where the drivers will have to be careful of, especially with the notion that none of these guys are using any assist whatsoever, so they're driving the car as manually as possible. I feel like because of that fact, there are more areas now that can catch drivers out. It could be just little curbs on the outside of corners that will spin a driver out, or just running a tad bit wide during a race and getting a warning. And those warnings can add up, especially in a field as competitive as this. So drivers will need to be on their toes, especially in wet weather conditions. They will desperately need to be on their toes. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not fun dealing with these things in like full wet conditions, nonetheless, too.
Pump here, making his way out of turn 11 and down the hill and around the left-hander of turn 12. Absolutely flat. 7th gear, entering Junsao, brings it down to 3rd, then short shifts up to 4th gear. Climbing up the hill towards Subida du Boxes, that is turn 14. And then Arkidon Cardas is the final corner, turn 15. And Pump's going to go back into the pits. He's going to put on another set of soft tyres and go out for one final run.
Fair enough. He's got 3.5 minutes to go. So
yep.
It's whatever he wants to do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Ooh, it appears that Silderford has invalidated this flying lap run. Now, he's going to be a tad bit touch and go with time now. I said the clock isn't a massive worry. Well, it might be a worry for Silderford. He's out of fuel, so he's travelling at a snail's pace now. I don't think he'll have enough time to get one more run in. Maybe he will. I don't know.
Keep your eye on Ferrari Pro. He's up by 4/10 to the middle sector. See if he can get to pole. He does! Wow.
Ferrari 1-2 right now, and they're separated by 0.004 of a second.
That is close.
But did he do his lap too soon? I mean, we got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and ACW's out as well. He's on his out lap.
Well, everyone's going to be on their out laps in a few moments' time. And this is obviously where you want to set the flying lap. When the conditions are nice and ideal right at the end of qualifying. When the track is rubbered in at its absolute most. So, it'll be interesting to see if any of these guys can challenge. ACW is certainly close enough to challenge at only 0.004 behind. Well, let's see what he can do. Actually, he's not going to set a flying lap just yet. What he's doing, he's going to do a preparation lap, another preparation lap. He's trying to dump fuel for the final run. That's what he's trying to do. So he's trying to burn as much fuel as possible, let the clock tick down to as low as it can go, and then he'll go for his run. See if the other drivers will do that. Riley isn't. He's going for it. No, and Smithy is doing it too. He's sending it. Good man. Alrighty. Through turn 3 and down the Retro-Aposta. DRS open. Up into top gear. You can see a bit of traffic in front. There's 3 cars in front. A Ferrari, McLaren and a Red Bull, as Smithy was down by 48 thousandths to the first sector. Riley has invalidated his run. He's in neutral and revving the car out. He's not happy. He's done that through the opening complex. So his final run is done, it seems. McLaren in front. That would be Jimson because Riley's back at the second sector. That's a nice bit of driving there by Jimson, getting well out of the way. Nicely done. He's currently sitting in P11. If he improves by a tenth, he can jump up a position. There is ACW getting out of the way. Smithy is still down, but only just. Can he get Junsao right? It looked pretty spot on, KD.
Yeah, it did. I was mostly focused on ACW re-entry, but anyway. Smithy, they're coming down the main straight. Let's see what he does. Up
towards the line for Smithy. Clock says it's not an improvement. There you go. All right, ACW.
He's going.
Final run through the center S, turns 1 and 2, 5th gear, modulating the throttle nicely as he heads around the long left-hander of turn 3 onto the Retro-Aposta with DRS open. And there's Jimson just behind. He's getting a helpful little toe down that Retro-Aposta straight away. GeForce Pato here is going to cross the line to start his final flying lap attempt. He's currently P5 with a 7.7. ACW is down by 6 thousandths. It's not much, but he needs to find 100th throughout the rest of this lap to challenge his teammate. Around turn 10, up the hill and around turn 11. 3rd gear, short shifting, up to 4th, down the hill, through turn 12. 5th gear, 6th gear, approaching 7th gear, now into Junsao. He's up by 0.03 of a second. 1 sector remains for ACW. Can he take pole position away from his teammate? 1 corner to go. Absolutely flat out. Up towards the line. It's a 7.506. He has beaten his teammate by 26 thousandths of a second. But is it pole?
Riley's not improving. He's down by nearly half a second.
Oh,
he's
dear.
not going to. Yeah, he's not going to improve on this lap. Spicy, meanwhile, goes to P5. Nice lap from him.
See what Pato can do here. 1 corner remains up towards the line for GeForce Pato. Oh, that's P3!
Oh my goodness me!
1 minute 7.572. He misses out on pole position by 66 thousandths of a second. We've got 4 drivers, sorry.
4 of them.
In the 7.5s.
Oh my goodness me.
Another 2 drivers in the 7.6s.
Oh.
Driver in the 7.7, 7.8, 7.9, 7.9, 8.1, 8.1, 8.2, 8.2, 8.2, 8.5, 8.7, 9 flat, 9.6 for Simmer. He wasn't able to get a final run in, unfortunately, after his accident during qualifying. Insanely tight stuff, as you'd expect, here at Interlagos. Oh.
Unbelievable. Oh. Chimps has got a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking.
Well, it's going on here. There's a train of 4 cars.
It's an AI. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, they're all like... The only car that's not left in AI is Vision's car in the pit lane. There we go.
Oh, no.
So,
yeah, and I've seen this before, too.
For no fault of his own, Jimson has been given a 5 grid place penalty. He'll be starting from 18th position now, because this game just can't help but be complete garbage. So,
oh, that's unbelievable. I'm sorry for him.
It was a fantastic qualifying all round. Top 16 separated by 1 second. The top 15 separated by just over 7.5 tenths. It is not much at all. And unfortunately, that little incident that was completely avoidable means that Jimson will be starting further back, and it sort of left a bit of a sour taste after that exciting qualifying session. That's really stupid that the game would do something like that, but I'm afraid that's the game.
Well, oh no. That is unbelievable. But yeah, nothing you can do about that.
No, afraid not. Well,
oh my, it's drenched.
Someone did a rain dance, because it is raining hard.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I did mention ACW mentioned to me that it was rain, but I wasn't going to say 100% because, you know the weather in this game. You never know with its weather system being stupidly broken.
I mean, it's raining that hard you can see swimming pools down the pit lane, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is going to be proper wet conditions for the start of this season. This is going to be a properly tricky test for all 20 drivers for the start of this Brazilian Grand Prix. We've already talked about it plenty of times, but it's fair enough to mention this. No assists. There's nothing. These guys are driving these cars as manually as possible. And now it's heavy wet conditions. You're on the blue-ringed Pirelli tyre. There's not going to be much grip. We're probably going to see some drama at the start. I wouldn't doubt it for a second.
Nope.
Like, we would naturally see drama into turn 1 at Brazil, regardless of condition, because it's a very tight corner. It can promote some dive bombing. So if you've got a good start, you can try and really make up some spots into turn 1. And we'd probably see some carnage heading down the hill into turn 2 as well. So, look, I'm sure all the drivers will be hoping to get through the opening sector clean. I can't help but feel that's not going to be the case. You can see on the totem pole on your left-hand side of the screen, every single driver, all 19 of them, it's not a full grid, it's 19, apologies for that. All of them are on the wet weather compound tyre. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see if the rain will ease up at some point.
If it's, well... because ACW said rain. But yeah, I'm guessing maybe it's just going to be like this for the entirety. I don't know. But I'll just stick to what he said to me, and yeah, that's what I'll go with. But yeah, no, like it's so like wet that you can see puddles literally everywhere. It's that bad. Oh, Smithy has left the session.
Hopefully he can rejoin ASAP. He's currently P5. He's in a pretty solid spot on the grid. Yep. That's the PC drivers for the start of this race. So hopefully he can come back. Hello, Buster. Hello, Gav. Yeah, I agree, Gav. ACW versus Ferrari Pro is going to be a fantastic battle. A duel between the Ferraris, who are currently starting 1-2.
Yep.
And hello, Trosh as well.
Hello, Wombat as well. We're going to be teammates as well again for Tuesday. So
yeah, America Series in the Benz.
Yep.
In the Merc.
But yep, back in the Mercedes after 2 seasons. So can't wait.
Alrighty, so this is it. The start of a new season, and it's going to start in the heavy rain here in Sao Paulo. See the field of cars lining up into their respective grid slots, a healthy size field. I'm sure you'll all agree, of 19 cars. Hopefully we see this sort of attendance all the way throughout this season. But everyone's now lined up, ready to race for the start of a new season of racing here on Race Spec Esports. The lights haven't come on just yet. Oh no.
Yes. Oh dear.
I didn't notice. Oh, hello. Alright, here we go.
Okay.
We got 10 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. It's a great start from Ferrari Pro and ACW. It's going to be a drag race into turn 1. Who will get in front? Oh, ACW runs wide. Oh, he keeps control of the car, only just. But Ferrari Pro will take the lead out to the center S. Oh, a big moment from Riley there in the McLaren. Oh, and he's still having a moment. That's great driving from Spicy to avoid the McLaren in front of him. That could have been a monstrous shunt. But that was a very tame turns 1, 2, and 3. That's extremely well done from everybody in the lobby.
Running wide is Smithy in the Aston Martin out of turn 4. Rejoin safely, nicely done. Side by side.
Down the inside. Ferrari Pro will hang on. Pato runs wide. Plebs running wide, I should say.
It was Plebs that ran wide. Ferrari Pro nearly lost the back end of Tour. Fair credit though to keep the car within attack. And Spicy, and I believe that's Smithy. Smithy! Bye-bye, he's gone.
Oh dear. And there goes the whole field. Oh, that disconnect. Well, it might have put him out of the rhythm a little bit. And obviously these conditions are very, very treacherous. And all you need to do is make a slight mistake, and the whole world turns upside down. Smithy from P5 has dropped all the way down to 18th.
Yeah, and Ozzy's Simo in the back just flying out at juiced out. Oh, hello. What's going on back there? Garrett's has dropped a couple of spots I've noticed.
Yes, he has.
Sector 3.
Marvelous in the Haas.
Yep.
So we got 2 cars ghosting within one another. I believe that Silverford and Bags Liddell were ghosting through each other there at turn 1.
Yeah, because they both have disconnected from the session. Hopefully they'll be joined back.
Hopefully they do. Simo, Jimson battling here down the Retroposta. Bags has come back. Here comes Ozzy looking left and right, trying to find a way through. Oh, contact touching and spinning goes Jim. Nice catch.
Doesn't get in the barrier. Fair credit to the McLaren driver.
Gaz gets by his teammate Silverford, who is still ghosting. He's still in AI like Bags Liddell. Vision is
spawned. Yep.
Oh no. It's pointed back in the right direction, and he's now down to 18th position. But out in front, it is Ferrari Pro who leads, followed by ACW in second, making it a Ferrari 1-2. Next is Plebs in P3, then Pato 4th, making it Alpine 3-4. Spicy rounds out the top 5, followed by Riley in the McLaren. Then hello. It's just passing an AI, fair enough. Zach gets by Silverford, that was for P9. Yeah, Gaz in P7, then Bags. Liddell, hello, off the circuit.
He's gone off a bit.
Interesting.
The main straight. Yeah.
Don't quite know how that happened. Maybe he rejoined, got control of his car, and then probably lost control of it.
Oh, and Jimson goes off to the circuit there. Get back. Oh.
Here comes Smithy.
Hi, Smithy.
Looking round the outside, Verstappen style. He gets in front. 15th position is his.
Gee whiz. Silverport has joined back, I just noticed too, so hopefully he gets into the car safely.
Should mention as well, I do... Oh, Ferrari Pro, huge moment. Coming out of turn 7, great catch though. That's going to be a classic catch right there. But I should mention as well, top 15 score in this championship, like with every other championship we do here on Race Spec Esports. It's not top 10, as Ferrari Pro makes his way out of the hairpin at turn 11 and down the hill sideways.
Oh my goodness me! How did he save that?
No idea. I don't think he knows either.
Oh, that car should have been gone, and he caught a nice kill, indeed.
Half a second separating the top two. It's 1.2 seconds back to Plebs in P3. It's another 1.2 seconds back to Pato in 4th. We got a bit of a train here with Spicy, Riley and Gares in P5, 6 and 7. And they're heading into the center edge. Yellows are out. That's Smithy losing control at turn 14. Yeah. Now, someone's coming in. It's Smithy. He's in. So he might have hit the wall. Maybe. So he's coming in for a front wing change. Pump has not rejoined. He has tumbled down to 15th place. So unfortunate that we had these connection issues for the start of this event, KD. It's really hindered some of the drivers, that's for sure.
Yeah, because Silverford, I've noticed, is still having trouble. He disconnected yet again.
Yeah.
Yellows are out.
I think that's a slow car. I believe that might be Pump's AI. Simo gets by the AI of Silverford, as you mentioned, KD. He's joined back, but he's not been able to stay.
Yeah, he's been saying in the comments that he's just been having trouble. Yeah, which is unfortunate because, that's, just hasn't been stable, I guess. And
I agree, Mr. Vegan. EA sucks. That's the underlying tone in regards to this. EA most certainly sucks. So
just remember, we have, this is your product.
Yep. See that EA brand right there on the board? That's the EA stamp of approval, which means that this game is monetized like crazy, so they can make as much money as possible without making a good game. That's what they do. Yeah. Who to watch? I can see gaps that are pretty close. I don't quite know who to watch. We'll keep an eye on Riley, shall we? He's 4 tenths behind Spicy here. Battle on for P5, coming out of Interlagos. You can see just how heavy the rain is on this onboard. It is properly coming down. And there's a heavy grey filter all the way around the racetrack. You see how hard Riley has to drive this thing. He's pretty much driving on his tippy toes right now. So he can just guide it along. Oh, a bit of a slide there because of the curb. But it's all just suggestion right now. Like, these drivers aren't really driving. They're just sort of guessing. Trying to feel where the grip is. And kind of hoping that the grip is there. See, down the hill through turn 12. The steering input. You can hear the change in throttle input. Now turn south. Flopping over at the curb. Sideways. And then eventually he gets traction. He's not quite at full throttle yet either. That sounds like full. Yep, it's full throttle.
Oh, well, too much.
Demonstration, right there. They can't even take turn 14 right. Like, that's how tricky these conditions are. How impossible these conditions are. You can't even take a flat-out corner flat.
Yeah, especially with these things, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how much it's proven. Yeah.
Teammates battling for position as Keegs and Pump appear to be exchanging places down the main straight, though it's not much of a battle. Pump's AI is just being a nuisance, not giving in when it should be. And look at the AI's traction. Okay, the AI I think I set at 90, I think. KD, could you check that in the options?
I will.
Thank you.
I will. The
traction they have. They have a built-in traction control. 70! Oh, and I think Pump's back in control. He's no longer ghosting. Look at that.
Yep, you're correct, he is. I can see, I can see his inputs. Yep.
Oh, look at him running wide there. Comes back in narrow. Oh, sliding, losing control. And he pulls it up.
That's a little long move.
I was fully expecting a T-bone. Oh, and it spins. There he keeps it going. He's still going.
Holy moly.
That's the main thing. Oh, gee whiz.
Oh, Silverford. Oh, I feel so bad. He still can't connect. He's saying in the comment section.
Yeah, I have noticed. I'm sorry, man.
That's
Great
so
game.
sad. Yeah, that's
Root your
sad.
AI on. I mean, oh my
Plebs!
goodness, plebs! Oh! That was close between him and Pato. Gee whiz.
Him and ACW, I think, had moments there. I think ACW did too at Cover to Soul, where he had a bit of a slide. Jeez.
Yeah, no, it is tricky out here tonight.
It's treacherous, very treacherous.
It's only lap 7. We haven't hit double digits yet. We got 30 laps to go, boys. We got a long way until the checkered flag. So.
And Silverfort's gone again. Yeah, I guess he's calling it a night.
I was going to mention to Silverfort, mate, your AI's got 10 times more traction than anyone else has, so might be a bit. So
just let Silverfort score points if his AI does get gets in that
well,
position.
he's in the top 10, so
I'll allow it. Look at this! Look at this traction, like you mentioned. Look at that.
yeah, he's got way more.
That's appalling.
Gez not quite close enough to attack Riley here into turn 1, but he is right on the back of him. Coming out to the centre, it's a bit of a moment there from Spicy entering turn 3. You can see the throttle input. It's being so gentle. You need to be. You 100% need to be. So gentle on the throttle. Into the Cita do Lago. Again, nice and steady. 4th gear. Keeping it in 4th. 5th. Then hitting full throttle. Right at the exit of the corner where you can straighten the wheel out. So you can get as much traction out of the corner as possible. 4th gear. Will he hit full throttle hit? No. He hits about 50% throttle before he gets on the brakes for turn 8. I wonder if he'll go full throttle anywhere within this technical section. Well, if he did, he would have spun. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh, look, we're laughing. We wouldn't be laughing if we were driving these things. We wouldn't
be laughing if we were doing this. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be laughing if I was driving.
No, this would be torture of the highest level.
Oh, absolutely.
But I must say, KD, as well, like I've just switched to positions gained. Simo up 11 spots.
Yeah. No, he's done a really good job.
Well, hello, Riley. What are you doing? He was using the green bit on the outside of the main straight. That was interesting. Because, yeah, I just saw this McLaren just massively out of the line. I'm like, oh, what's going on here?
Might as well just use whatever entry you have possible to turn 1.
Well, I imagine as well in these conditions, even the final corner might prove to be a handful. So he just tried to open it up as much as possible, so then the car wouldn't spin.
Yeah.
So, but no, Simo's done a fantastic job. Up 11 spots after that dismal qualifying session where he lost control, put it into the wall. He has recovered beautifully right now. And the two drivers in between, in front of him and behind him, Gaz has made up 5. G4 Zach has made up 5. They've done well. Jimson has made up 7. He's done pretty well. Pleb's up 4. And obviously we have a few drivers who've lost places, namely Smithy. He had a torrid start to the race. He's now down in 16th and out of the points.
Maybe Trosh has a good point in the comments. Maybe Simo could have some kind of wet setup for this. Oh my, it scares. Nearly loses the back end there. But yeah, maybe you might have a setup that's built for wet conditions. So if that's the case, well, he might
be working.
It's working. He's got up 11 spots like you said. So yeah.
No, that's an absolutely fair comment to make. Because yeah, he's made up plenty of spots. He's kept out of trouble, it seems like. Just picked his way up through the field. And he's sort of at the back of this long train of cars that are leading the way. We've got Ferrari Pro right at the front, you can see him at the top of the screen. Followed by his teammate ACW and the 2 Alpines. But you can see in sort of the top 8, everyone's within about 1.2 seconds of one another. Now, obviously, DRS isn't available, so you don't get that to help you out. But all of these guys are pretty much in a train competing with one another, because as soon as one of them makes a mistake, all hell breaks loose in terms of the order.
Yeah.
So, drivers towards the front of this race need to keep mistakes to a minimum, because the guys behind are too close for you to afford to make a mistake.
Yeah,
So,
fair point. Yeah.
and I'll also be curious when they pit, if they pit. Surely they pit.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a race where you can go full length on the wets, but I mean, we'll wait and see. It did come up a prompt, I remember, a long time ago that there was a one-stop strategy for this. I don't remember what the last one. I think it was lap 18 to 22.
Yeah.
That's just a rough guess, but yeah.
Smithy round the outside of Jun Sao. That's a ballsy overtake, and he gets it done.
He's done. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, Smithy.
He used all of the curb exactly. That was pretty impressive to not put a wheel on the grass there. Because if he did, he was gone. Okay, because that's what these cars are like. You put a pixel of rubber onto a pixel of grass, and you instantaneously lose all grip. Sort of how it works. But no, he kept it to the pixel on the curb, all the way across. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That seems that Ferrari Pro is building a gap. It's now 1.6 seconds.
Yeah, slowly but surely building
Slow
that
and
gap.
steady.
Yep. 1.5 seconds. Plebs is down by 7.5 tenths to ACW.
And it's about
so
9 tenths back to Plebs' teammate Pato in P4. Yeah, these guys are still keeping each other sort of in close company. The Ferrari Pro, he's just inching away, bit by bit, hundredth by hundredth. And with that sort of gain, corner by corner, lap by lap, as Davis, sets a new fastest lap. I'm guessing he's on fresh rubber. Let's have a look. Yep, he's on fresh tyres. So he's demonstrating the speed of fresh rubber. He just set fastest lap right there, just then. So fresh rubber gives you plenty of grip. And look at that gap now, 1.9.
Yeah, and it's starting to build a little bit more.
Yep.
Smithy now gets fastest lap now.
20 flat.
20 points, yeah, 20.0.
7 tenths. Still separating Plebs and ACW. Plebs hasn't made any tremendous inroads on his famous rival. It's always quite a coincidence that these two are always near each other on the racetrack, but nothing as bad happened yet.
Not yet. Well, almost there for Plebs. Jeez. Lost the back end of Magulio.
He's kept it in check. He's kept it on the podium, which is good. Just needs to keep his eyes forward, not make any mistakes. Typically, one of Plebs' strengths is just consistency. He's able to just string laps together, not really put a foot wrong. I mean, for sure there were probably guys quicker, as Vision gets a 3 second for multiple warnings. But Plebs' consistency always gives him just a huge advantage in the race, and he's able to pick off wins every so often. So
yeah, that's true.
And he's now building a margin to his teammate. Now it's 1.4.
Yep.
Oh, Riley, hard into the wall!
Riley's gone!
Oh my goodness, down the Retroposta. He has slammed into the left-hand side wall. We have a safety car.
Full course, yep. Full course safety car. My goodness.
How did that happen? I saw that Gaz and Riley were close together on the racetrack, and I think there was a pass taking place. I think.
Yeah, they must have tangled before the entry.
That is a doozy. There he is there. There's the safety car coming out for the first time in Season 8.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And there's the
good
despawn.
question, one. Good question, one, but who's going to pit? Who's going to blink first, if it does happen?
Here come the leaders. I mean, we saw how quick new tyres are when people put them on. See, everyone's on the same tyre, pretty much, in terms of age. Got some on fresher tyres and whatnot.
The conditions are not lighting up from the way it looks. Ferrari Pro's not coming in. What about ACW?
Stays
Nope.
out. Lev, Pato.
Same thing. Nope. Doesn't look like much blinking.
One is.
Fair enough. Whoa, never mind. I spoke too soon. Gareth does. Yep, it's the bits he goes. Let's see what he does.
This might be for damage. Let's have a look.
Fair enough.
No front wing, so no damage.
And I see green striped tires. That's Inters.
I like it.
Okay, so he's gonna gamble.
Hey man.
If he believes it, if he believes it. So,
I mean, if he gets it right, he gains huge.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's huge. The gain that he's gonna get.
Pump is doing the same thing, and I'm gonna assume Smithy will do as well.
Inter's on.
Green stripes. About as green as the Aston Martin itself.
Davis is on Inters as well, down in 18th position.
Yep, and Marvin's gonna do the same thing.
It's a pity that he can't unlap himself. I believe he's a lap down. I believe he is.
Almost about to be, I think. Or is he? I don't know.
He's 18th and he's in between as Gaz has left the session.
Oh yeah, no, you're correct. No, I'm looking at different. I was focused on Marvin.
Yeah. So yeah, I do believe Davis is a lap down. That's massively important. Riley's now dropped out. Oh, sorry, yes, he had his accident. I'm sorry.
He had the crash at turn 4.
Sorry, my McLaren's confused. Other drivers are coming in. We're going to have a double stack at Alpine too.
Oh dear. And that's going to hurt Pato a lot.
The rain has really died off, hasn't it? It's a drizzle.
Yeah, it's subsided. Yeah, no, you're right. It doesn't look very hard, and it was hard and misty from the way it looked earlier. It dipped down a bit.
I think another massive indication, when you look in the pit lane, remember at the beginning of the race, there were huge pools of water in the fast lane. There's not a single puddle through that fast lane. So there's still puddles around, as you can see.
Yeah.
But no, this is interesting. Who's made the right call? Who hasn't made the right call?
Yeah, and because of that double stack too, Pato's gone from being on his teammate dropping down to 10th. 10th, sorry.
It seems as well, and it could be also because Gaz is an AI, but yeah, the Red Bull driver hasn't made the huge gains I said he would. But that's also because everyone else is now boxed for new tyres.
Yeah, well, I did see Gareth leave the session too, so
yeah, I did mention.
Oh, you did. Sorry.
Yeah.
Silly me.
But yeah, no, that's a bit of a blow for him because it seems like he made the right call on the right lap. We're going to make another tour around the racetrack. So, top 5 yet to pit, and they're on wet weather tyres. What do they do? Do they stay out?
Or do they go
in? Except for Spicy.
Well. And Spicy, no, he stays out.
Simo stays out too.
Okay.
They want track position.
ACW's getting a bit screwed here.
Both Ferraris are screwed. They were leading 1-2. Look at them now.
Yeah, Wombat has a good point in the comments. Yeah, they may have lost out on strategy. Like
doesn't that sound like a certain racing team? Doesn't that just remind you of someone? I wonder who it is. Oh, I wish I could put my finger on it. Dress up in red, Italian.
It's Italian. It's the most well-known name in motorsport or auto in general.
Oh yeah, I just can't think. But Roscoe makes a fair point in the chat. Some of the guys are staying out on wets. They're just going to stay out until the track dries up now. That's their whole game plan from here on out.
Yep, and if that's what they want to do, well, that's fair game, I suppose.
Conversely, hope it starts raining again. Hard.
Oh yeah, because of that. Yeah, because if it rains hard, then yeah, that favors the wets, obviously.
Yeah. So, it can go either or. It needs to dry up quickly, or start raining hard again for the wet runners. for the intermediate runners, they need the track to last for as long as possible within this condition. You can see Spicy, he is slowing down to a crawl. Look at the field stacked behind him. So we've got Simo in P2, we've got the AI of Silderfort, who's got the infinite traction mod installed. And away goes Spicy. He's not mucking around, he's gone.
Yeah, he wants to go.
Alright.
Oh, line. Interesting line there.
We're back on the green flag racing here at Interlagos. It's now lap 17 of 36 here. Down through the center S goes the leaders. It's Spicy from Simo, then the AI of Silderfort, then Plebs in P4 with G-Force Zach now behind in 5th position, followed by Jimson. Bags Liddell is now inside the top 10. G-Force Pato. And here comes Smithy right behind Pump. He's looking to the inside but couldn't fully commit to the move. Yellows are out. Keegs is out.
Keegs out. He's crashed, I think. Yeah.
Yep, turn 2.
Turn 2.
And we won't see a safety car either.
Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon. Ferrari Pro now up into P10. Both Ferraris have got a tremendous amount of work to do. ACW trying to stick his nose in down the inside. Pump though stays in front thanks to him having the inside line of turn. No contact between the two cars. Gers is trying to get involved. Looking around the outside of the Ferrari here. As we have an incident, Marvelin.
Yeah, he's spun.
Side by side. Oh, dearie me.
Hello, ACW.
It is tight. Tremendously tight.
Does he do what Smithy did it before? No, he doesn't get the traction.
Contact.
Oh, that's close.
There's Gers just behind too.
Yeah, but Smithy goes past G-Force Pato.
And his next target is his own teammate, Bags Liddell.
Oh, this is going to get interesting here with ACW, Gers, and Pump into the first court. And Pump backs out of it. He lets both of them by.
Fair play. Don't want to trip yourselves up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Smithy gets by Liddell.
Yep, his teammate into 7th.
Oh, Ferrari Pro had a look there. He was thinking about having a go on G-Force Pato, but didn't fully commit to the move. A little wiggle there out to turn 4-2. Up the hill towards turn 6. Can't pass through here, I'm afraid. It's a one-line corner. Unless you're really ballsy and try and send it down the inside here at the hairpin, which no one does. Because no one's quite close enough to try and pull any of that stuff off just yet. But look at the leaders, Spicy and Simo. They're maintaining their 1-2, and they've got a gap.
They do.
Even Silderfort's AI has a gap.
Yeah. Well, hey, he has a ton of grip, hasn't he? Yeah. It's not like he doesn't with the
Maybe.
AI.
Maybe everyone on the intermediates might have blown the call. Maybe. Wait and see.
Well, let's see. We'll have to wait and see if it gets heavier too, but yeah, still got some time. Smithy.
Drag race into turn 1. Smithy deep on the brakes. Fine move. Around the outside at turn 1. It gave him the inside line at turn 2, so he takes P6. Nice, clean, clinical. What you expect from a top tier such as the Elite Series. Down towards the Cedar do Lago, you can see Ferrari Pro. He's hungry. He wants to make up places. But on a track with so little traction, it's very difficult to do so. You need to be fully committed. Try and sending it on the drivers in front.
He went a little bit wide there coming up towards Spiradura. I noticed.
You know, he's still keeping it behind Pato, still trying to keep up the pressure. His teammate ACW is now on his trumpet too. Oh, sideways.
And same with Gers and the Red Bull.
Yep.
He's not too. He's just right behind the Ferrari as we speak.
All right, Smithy, what are you going to do here? Looks to the inside, doesn't fully commit just yet. Can he get the traction? Yes, he can. That's a lovely run.
My goodness, the
Looking.
traction he gets.
He's very confident, and Zach just gets the white flag out, just waves him by. Go away, don't want to deal with you. Silderport's in. Gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, no, I thought he... Oh, okay. I thought Zach was going to try to at least do something there in turn 1, but no, he backs out of it. Smithy, though, what was he at 15 last time before? The first couple of laps? Where is he now?
4th?
P4. fourth, exactly.
He's recovered all right, eh? He's done a decent job.
He's also purple in the first sector, so he's probably liking these conditions. Maybe.
Well, you could see from when he's passing people, he's just got so much confidence underneath him. He's able to tip it into the corner how he wants it to, get on the accelerator, modulate it nicely. You can see his Aston, it just looks stable. There's no oversteer, there's no understeer anywhere through the corner. He's getting the exact amount of rotation he needs, getting the exact amount of throttle response that he wants. He's just able to operate the car smoothly. And now he's catching up to Plebs at a rate of knots.
Yep, he's saying purple sector, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's the fastest lap. And he might be coming. He's also closing it. He might be closing on that shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be on that trumpet in a bit. I mean, the gap between Zach and Plebs, then there's fastest lap, 17.4. Compare that to other fastest laps. No one else is in the 18s yet.
Yeah, so Smithy is the quickest car.
Yep.
As Bags gets his 3-second penalty. So yeah, he's definitely looking quick.
Yeah, we've got 20.5, 20.6, oh, well, 20.5, 20.1, 17.4, and here comes Smithy, looking around the outside. That's wise, back out.
Yep, doesn't want to fight him just
Send?
yet.
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think there might have been an opportunity to send, but with the amount of laps remaining, it's just better to wait.
Yeah, no, I would have done what he did just there.
Nice and steady.
He just looks so confident.
Yellows.
No.
Ferrari Pro.
Oh no.
Lost control of the car. He's down in 12th now. A fair ways behind.
Oh dear. Yep, down to 12. Unfortunate there for our two-time defending champion. Smithy, getting past Plebs.
Plebs trying to fight back though. Look at the straight line speed of the Alpine. He shoots back through. Smithy, will he go for it? Not quite.
What straight line speed from that Alpine?
Jimson now into 5th position, overtaking G-Force Zach. Look at Smithy. He is all over the diffuser of Plebs' Alpine.
But he can't do anything. But look at that thing's a rocket ship.
Gee whiz, that thing is quick down the straights.
Has that thing got a nitrous button?
Look at this stuff. Yeah, that was close.
He must have a nitrous button or something in that Alpine just to accelerate like that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got some straight line speed in that car. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Smithy to get by. I think with the straight line speed of the Alpine, might need to get by through this middle sector where his car is evidently stronger. And that's Simo as well.
Simo, yeah, he's struggling from what it looks like.
Alright, there's a chance for Smithy. Oh, he doesn't go for it. Just stays behind.
Well, they need to get by that Alfa Romeo fast.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Simo sort of plays a role in this, because he's definitely going to play a role. Look at the battery that Plez has got. He's got a mountain's worth of it.
And look at this speed. That is incredible.
Round he goes. Oh, but Simo fights back.
Simo fights back.
What a send to the inside. But Plez has the inside line for turn 2. They give each other room. Around turn 3 now. Plez on the outside getting out. Oh my goodness me! Smithy does the mother and father of all overtakes. Around the outside at turn 3, sorry. He moves himself into P2.
Max Verstappen, eat your heart out. Smithy can come straight on by. Oh my goodness.
I was wondering how in God's name did Smithy just move himself into P2? And I flick right, and there's his Aston Martin, driving leisurely around the outside at Curva de Sol. He's into second.
That is incredible. What a move.
Well, he's got one more target to get.
Now we know what the move of the century is around this place.
Around the outside at turn 3.
With 2 cars.
Of two cars. Who were side by side.
Yeah, they were side by side. Incredible. And here comes Smithy. Look at that. Another fastest lap. He's set 2. Another 10th he's gained from that too.
He's on a different planet right now. Ferrari Pro matching and beating his time.
And he's gonna do it again around the outside.
Mate, it's a Smithy special. Around the outside of turn 3.
I don't think he's... Oh!
No, he's done.
He's done it.
He done it.
You have got to be absolutely kidding me with this guy.
That's some insane. Awesome driving, not gonna lie. Around the outside at turn 3, such commitment, such drive, such confidence. Makes it look so easy. It is not easy, folks, I can assure you. This is really talented driving right here. Fantastic stuff. And it's not over for Spicy either. He's got a... Oh, Pleb's down the inside of him. And through he goes. That was easy.
Yeah, Spicy can't fight that. He really can't.
No.
But Smithy, he's just going quicker and quicker. As Simo, I think, is in an incident.
Yes, he has.
Yeah,
puncture, maybe? No. Guys are intact.
I can't see anything wrong.
It's always nice to check, especially at these sort of times. 16-4. Spicy's in.
Yep. And Jimson's now up to 3rd, so we got a PC 1-3. Plebs is in 2nd, at least for now, as far as the PlayStation players go, on the podium. Gee whiz. What awesome racing I'm watching. Incredible.
You know, when I was talking about this racetrack during qualifying, each race we have here, in real life, there's always something special that happens that you could tell a story about. I think this is one of those occasions where we can tell a story about a certain guy in an Aston Martin who's in a class of his own, driving around everybody.
Yeah. He likes these conditions too.
Yeah.
And he was in 15th.
At one point, yeah.
At one point, he was 15th. He had a shocking start. And he's up in the lead. Absolutely amazing stuff.
Strategy spot on and the car's spot on. He's not putting a foot wrong.
No, he's not. He looks like in a class of his own. Well, as we say that, a 1:15.9 as the fastest lap. Wow.
You know, he's just... Yeah. I mean, other times are close. We got a 15.997 from Plebs, 15.982 from ACW, so other drivers are matching. But Smithy, he's got the clear track in front of him.
Yeah.
No, well, not quite. He's got one AlphaTauri, it seems, in front. So Davis.
Oh yeah, being a nuisance, yeah.
So he'll get out of the way shortly.
Yeah, no. I shouldn't have said him being a nuisance. My apologies. Although I have noticed though that the conditions may be starting to improve a little bit, just because of the times getting quick. Well, yeah, as we mentioned, their vision's now so fast to slap. So yeah, maybe the conditions are starting to improve just slightly.
It'd be fascinating to see if we do reach dry conditions during this race. We've still got 10 and a bit laps to go, so there's plenty of time for the track to evolve.
I have noticed the sun's peaked out too. It's glared on the right-hand side of the main straight.
Okay. Yeah, see plenty of sun. Gee whiz, that's a lot of sun.
Yeah.
There you go. Times are starting to tumble, folks. The track is drying. Ferrari Pro is flying, but he can't get by his teammate. He's stuck in P7 right now. ACW, his teammate P6.
Yeah, who's still stuck on the back of Bax Liddell. Look at the traction Ferrari Pro has there. Oh, but does he have enough? No, it's quite close between, but ACW has more straight line speed compared to Ferrari Pro.
Yeah. Ferrari Pro just letting his teammate take the racing line, get through the corner.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything silly. You don't want to pull what they did in 2019.
Box, 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 says some of the teams. We got drivers in the pit lane.
Aussie on softs. Okay. Soft tires I see for a few more. Marvelance as well. Vision, I imagine, will do the same thing.
Fascinating. Mediums.
No, mediums. I'm sorry, mediums. Oh, as Davis is going off to the grass, as I go on to him.
Ooh. Hello. Goodbye, Bless. And there's Jimson behind.
Soon to be Jimson.
Box, box, says Smithy. He's in. Plebs is in. Jimson is in. They're all coming in.
Alright, well, let's see what they do.
Not G4 Zach. Zach stays out for another lap.
Yeah,
Bags Liddell is in.
That track is looking very dry, that's for sure. Starting to stop.
Still see rain coming down though on the halo.
I do too, but the track doesn't look like it's like, I don't know, it doesn't look like too greasy, it doesn't look too moist.
Got
To
mediums, whole heap of softs. You want to be on softs in these conditions.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, because you want the more grippier tire.
Yeah.
With these sort of conditions. Understandably. Alright, so Zach's in P1, Ferrari Pro in P2. On injured, nonetheless. But yeah. His teammate though did box for soft tires, as you see in P6.
I'm just keeping an eye on the interval between Smithy and Ferrari Pro. It's hovering, sort of increasing, decreasing every corner, so it's close. It's definitely the crossover point right here, right now.
He's gained a little. He's
gaining
bit.
now.
Yeah, I think we are reaching that point. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Ferrari Pro G4 set. Oh, hello.
They're too quick, Zach.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a bit quick. 5-second penalty for you. Lap there. Alright, so Smithy will take back the race lead.
Yep.
And DRS is enabled.
There's a call from race control, so I'll put Plebs back up into P2, Jimson back up into P3. Where will these two come out?
Good question.
I think Ferrari Pro will get in front of both of them, it looks like. Yep.
Chevy gets in front.
Yep.
G4 set. Ferrari Pro gets a bump in bags.
5-second penalty for Simo there, speeding into pit lane.
Unlucky.
Marvelent. Fast lap, 14-1, next to his name. We've got a train of cars here, 4 cars in a train. We've got G4 Zach at the front of it, Ferrari Pro next, followed by Pump and Bags Liddell. So we're going to battle for 5th place, it seems, in these dying laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Here comes Ferrari Pro, can't go down the inside just yet. Can't find a way by. Down the hill.
He has to wait.
Now, needs a nice run through turn 13. Not as great as I'd hoped he would get. Smithy, new fastest lap, 1 minute 11.801. DRS open.
Do we have enough clear line speed? ATW for fastest lap. Here comes Ferrari Pro. No, he's not close. Okay.
Zach did a good job covering off into turn 1.
There you go, turn 2.
Oh, the traction, my goodness.
Yep, nothing you can do about that.
Nope.
You're just gonna have
Bags
to
Liddell down the inside of Pump. Oh, Pump gave him room there, that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair racing.
And he also stays in front, so he stays in P7. Bags with a time penalty himself of 3 seconds. Now Pump has one as well, so it's fair game between Pump and Bags Liddell in terms of penalties. We've got a genuine battle on for 7th position. Let's see here, who else have we got? Aussie Marvelent closely together on the racetracks, 3.5 tenths separating the two. I'll be able to find a way by here through the middle sector. It seems not too close.
Closest fastest lap, by the way. 10-7.
But Smithy.
HW counters that. Oh, and there goes Bags. Nothing Pump could do about that situation.
Now with DRS wide open, it's a fairly straightforward move. Got it done well before turn 1. So.
Exactly 6 seconds. Another one too. 6 seconds. I think.
I would agree with you, Trosh, as well, with the notion that putting on the medium tyres probably isn't the right decision. Yellow's at Smithy has spun out of the race lead. Oh my goodness. He has thrown it away at the exit of turn 7. He's now tumbled down to 5th, and here comes Zach and Bags Liddell.
Oh, dearie.
Plevs is our new race leader.
Oh, and his tyres have got to be very careful. They're way too hot. Way too hot. He has to let a little bit of the cars through. He spun it. My goodness.
What an absolutely rotten way to lose positions. You make a mistake in the dry, you got all the grip, lose control at turn 7, and you drop yourself out of the race lead. Oh, I'd be more than upset if I was in his position. I'd be absolutely furious with myself.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't blame him if he feels that way.
Wow.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Bags of Dell closing in.
Not by enough.
No.
I said I said back at 6 seconds, he has 8. I apologize for that. But
yeah,
I forgot he had 5 seconds for speeding.
Yes. Saw him overshoot into the pit lane entry when he and Ferrari Pro came in to get off the Inters. Hello, Banana. Nice to see you too.
Guess if Banana just ended his race.
Suppose so. Either that or he's bored and he's just decided to put a message in. Which is very Banana, so either or.
It's very Banana. Of course, it is very Banana-like.
It's not over yet for the podium places. Jimson has a red car closing in quickly, very quickly. Ferrari Pro new fastest lap too.
Yeah.
So Jimson will have to deal with ACW, who now has DRS. Here, heading down the Retroposta towards the Cita do Lago. Plebs has got a clear track in front of him, a really clear track in front of him. And he's got a gap to the car behind, so all he needs to do is not make a mistake. But that's all that Smithy had to do. So, Plebs needs to be on top of his game, even with the margin in hand.
Yeah.
See as well. Zach still hanging on to P5. To his credit. I mean, there's not much reason for Bags to battle Zach, because he knows already he's going to get the position thanks to the time penalty. But he has to be mindful of Pump, because they're both on the same penalty. So it's a genuine fight between those two. That was a bit of lag there.
From Lord Spud, man.
That scared me. Oh. Fearing the worst when that happened. 3 laps to go here at Interlagos. 2.5 seconds is the gap. Down the hill, through turn 2, and around the long left-hand sweeper of Curva du Sol. Down the Retroposta. Half a second is the gap now. You can see a bit of weaving there from Jimson. It's smart. Just to try and break the toe to the Ferrari behind, but he knows that even without the slipstream, just the raw power of DRS will mean that ACW will close in substantially. Banana had a P2. Well done, Banana. Banana did good. Well done.
Yeah. Oh, Jimson then losing the back end there before reaching into the sweeping left-hander. My goodness.
You know, I've only just had the epiphany now that Jimson sounds a lot like Jensen.
Yeah, good point.
Fittingly, he's in a McLaren.
Yep.
Just,
and it rhymes.
Just sort of popped. Right now in my mind, I just realised.
Nah, that's a good way of thinking that.
Jimson Button.
Jimson Button. Mick, are you Jensen Button in disguise? Oh, you're going to be overtaken by Ferrari.
Yellow. That is Pump 46 spinning, doing a bit of lawn mowing in his Williams, and he rejoins down in 9th position.
Unfortunate there. He could have won bags there for 6.
Down the Retroposta, Ken Jimson counter. He will have DRS down the Retroposta and down the main straightaway. He will gain time there, but he needs to gain time through this middle sector. ACW, what's his game plan? Can he go for first with only 2 laps to go? The gap is 2.2 seconds. I think the gap is too big. But who knows with ACW? It's a bit of a wild thing at times. And if he gets close to players, well, we know how that ends. So...
Yeah, we don't need further explanation then.
Vision, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Out of Junsao goes Plevs. The gap still at 2.2 seconds. If Plevs can get around this track one more time, mistake-free, he should be able to take the checkered flag and win here. Here we go. The final lap, lap 36 of 36 here at Interlagos. Final lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And what an opening round we've had. We had a competitive qualifying session full of drama and action. We've had a similar sort of case here in the race as well. So many ups, downs, many astonishing things that we got to witness over the course of this race. But at the end of it, the guy who's going to win is a guy who, generally speaking, just doesn't put a foot wrong. And he certainly hasn't put a foot wrong this entire race. He's kept it tighter, he's kept it clean. So long as he gets through this middle sector, he should be all good. Should mention as well that we had a bit of a frustrating start to this race. We had complications with the lobby that Plebs had to sort by himself. We eventually got all of that sorted out, and I think that Smithy here was spun again at turn 7. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's nothing bad to worse for the aftermarket driver.
But
lucky, man.
Plebs has overcome that pretty well, and he's put together a fantastic race. Plebs will win the Brazilian Grand Prix. ACW in second, Jimson in third.
Ferrari in fourth.
Well, what could have been for Scuderia Ferrari if they didn't do a Ferrari? Finally.
Yeah, you can't take... You can change Ferrari, but you can't take Ferrari out of Ferrari, pretty much, I guess.
No, cannot.
I guess.
Got other drivers crossing the line. Still the Force AI completes the top 10. How about that? Pato, what could have been, he was up in the top 4 throughout the beginning stages of the race and just steadily dropped off. Aussie P12, Gez P13, Vision P14, and Simo, I believe he'll hang on to the final point scoring spot in 15th position. Marvelant will finish in P16. Our final finisher is Davis in the AlphaTauri in 17th. The 19 cars started this race. We had tons of technical issues throughout, and by the end of it we had, 16 cars finished plus 1 AI. So yeah, AI goes it, absolutely. So the Jimson given driver of the day. Fair play. We'll see the results in a few moments' time, but first, the podium celebrations. What a way to kick off the season for Mr. Race Spec. Put together a clean race. Made few mistakes, got the strategy spot on when it mattered, and he ends up winning the opening round of the Elite Series. P2 goes to ACW, P3 is to Jimson in the McLaren.
Well, not bad first round, eh? Not a bad first round.
Alrighty, so the unofficial results of the Sao Paulo Brazilian Grand Prix. Plebs is our race winner, started 7th, finished at the top step of the podium. A nice recovery after, I'd say, a decent qualifying from Plebs. You expect him in and around there. ACW P2 covering after the Ferrari strategy. Jimson 18th to 3rd. You know, after getting a 5 grid place penalty at the end of qualifying, that is a superb recovery. Outside of the podium places, we have Ferrari Pro, Dax Liddell, G4 Zach, Spicy Pump, Smithy, oh my dearie me. The AO of Silverfort rounds out the top 10, followed by Pato, Aussie, Gez, Vision, Simo, Marvelant, and Davis, our final finisher. 2 retirees, Keegs F1, and Riley. Again, I'd love some answers for the accident that Riley had down the Retro-Aposta, because that was a huge shunt at a place that you don't typically see a shunt. Like, that was halfway down the straightaway. Like, typically if you see an accident, it's at the end of the corner. No, that was halfway down the straight, so I'll be very curious to see what actually happened. Now, typically we do driver interviews, and I'm still going to do them. It's just a bit complicated now because we've now got PC players and I'm operating through a PlayStation party. So I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Hopefully we find a solution later, but I'll invite who I can. We can have a chat about what happened and get at least a couple of the drivers' views of what happened over the course of this race. But I'll be back in a few moments. Just going to invite a couple people in. Let's see here. Friends. ACW is a friend. Where's Plebs? I'm guessing you're not online, Plebs. Oh no, he is. Oh. Friends. Scroll. Scroll. Players. Alright, we'll let these two fellas join. Hello ACW.
Hello Lane.
ACW.
Hello Katie.
Hello.
Mr. Race Spec. Hello.
And Plebs.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you two for joining us here. I would invite Jimson, but he's on PC, so I don't really know what to do in regards to that. I'll work something out. I'll think of something. But we'll go from second, I suppose, and we'll make our way up to the norm. So suppose we'll start with
fan on or something.
that'll be ACW, I'm guessing.
That's ACW.
I have an AC on. I'm not sure.
It's all right. It's all good.
OG.
ACW, mate. Great qualifying. Well done. Pole position for the opening round of the championship. You must be happy about that.
It was alright.
It was all right.
I was doing like constant .2s in practice, so I don't know if it was the track or what, but yeah,
Probably was.
just wasn't happy, to be honest.
Okay. Were you surprised then that you got pole?
With the time, yeah, I was quite surprised,
Okay.
to be honest.
You didn't run a compromised setup for the race or anything? Was it a proper dry setup?
Yeah, proper dry.
Interesting. Yeah, I would put that then to track conditions, I would think. So, you know, because it's dynamic, when you get cloud cover or something, it can drastically change how the car performs in terms of lap time. So, I'll put the blame on that.
Yeah.
But still, pole, not bad at all. A nice way to start the season, and it was looking great at the race. I mean, first of all, were you sensing a little bit of dread with the rain coming in? You did inform us about the rain.
I was not looking forward to it, to be honest.
Fair enough. But you negotiated it pretty well in the opening part of the race. You and Ferrari Pro were leading 1-2.
Yeah. I think we just got to grips with it earlier than everyone else, and then later on, the cars behind started to close up a bit.
Yep.
And then, yeah, tried to manage it because there's so little throttle application. It was hurting my leg so much.
Okay. Fair enough.
It was pain.
And you need that small throttle input in those sort of conditions. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that would have been not fun at all.
No.
But no, you two were looking fantastic. And then the safety car comes around.
That was my fault completely.
Okay.
Apologise on behalf of me and Ferrari Pro.
Right.
Because we had to check the weather report, and like the Jeff guy, he was like, he didn't say much. He was saying like wets were quicker. So I was like, alright, let's just stay out. The lap after, he's like, they're the same, and Plebs and everyone else has already pitted.
Yeah.
So I just knew we kind of cooked that, and just had to pit.
I mean,
Which wasn't ideal.
it's very Ferrari, I'd say.
Indeed.
So at least you tick that box.
You did pull it off. You did pull it off.
Like massively. So
Even
you know,
in the
thumbs
virtual
up.
world, we have that.
But no, you recovered well though. After that, you looked pretty decent out there on the intermediates.
Yeah, Inters started to get more grip and just felt better.
Yeah. And then whacked on the soft tyres for the final stint and sent it.
Yeah, I just had to send it quali laps. I
Yep.
think I gained like 5 seconds on Plebs. I don't know if he ran compromise setup, but I was maybe 1 or 2 laps. I could have gone in maybe.
Maybe. Because you were gaining, but obviously the laps ran out and you had to settle for second at the end. So, all in all, considering the mistake during the safety car period, are you overall pleased with the result?
Please, but disappointed as well with what could have been.
Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. KD, do you have anything to ask ACW?
Well, not too much. It seems like you guys pretty much put everything out there, but yeah, congratulations though on the podium, ACW. But yeah, I could not imagine though how much hell it was for all you, especially for others. Yeah.
Thanks.
One final question for you, ACW. Next week, we're heading over to Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, for the Spanish Grand Prix. How do you feel heading into next week?
Spain, typically, is a strong circuit for me, I'd say. But I had a bit of a reality check in the social race. So I have to do some little homework, get better set up.
Hopes are high, just need to make sure you can deliver, I suppose.
Indeed.
Alrighty then, mate. Well, congratulations on your P2 finish here tonight. A solid way to start off the season, I think.
Agreed. Thank you.
But before we go to you, Plev, just like to mention Jimson, if you do watch this at any point, huge props. 18th to 3rd is a huge, huge effort, especially after all that rubbish that happened at the end of qualifying, which resulted in a 5-grid place penalty. To come back and finish 3rd after starting 18th is massive. Definitely deserve the driver of the day performance, that is for sure. But Mr. Race Spec, Grand Prix winner right off the bat. How's it feel?
Okay, boys. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Unexpected, really, but yeah, I practiced for this one, which was nice. Don't know how many other races I'll get to practice for, but yeah, it's nice to practice for the first one and get a good result off the back of that. And yeah, really tricky conditions as well. Congratulations to ACW and Jimson on their podiums as well. It's good to have. Well, we did have a bit of trouble with Crossplay at the start with the invites and whatnot and lobbies, but we got there in the end. So yeah, I just want to thank all the drivers for their patience and bearing with me. I think we only started 10 minutes late. It wasn't too bad, but hopefully smooth sailing from for the rest of the season. And yeah, I'm not sure why so many guys were disconnecting, like Pump and Silderford and stuff, but yeah, hopefully that's not a crossplay issue and is more of a like internet issue or something. But anyway, yeah, but really happy with the result. The race was so tricky. The start was I got a good start and was able to just get a a really good launch compared to those around me. I think I made up a few spots by turn 1 and Marco was kind enough to let me through on the first lap because I seemed to have better pacing at the start, and then I managed to keep with the Ferraris who were really quick. Seems like they were running a dry setup. I ran a dry setup but like with some higher wings. I guess probably like a few clicks higher front and back than I probably would have if it was dry. So I think that really helped. And we're still pretty good in the dry as well, so yeah, can't complain. The Ferrari boys had some giga straight line speed, so there's no chance I could pass them. I felt like I was probably a bit quicker than maybe ACW in the wet, but then yeah, just couldn't get close enough. As soon as you got like within a few car lengths, it was just like no grip. It was just ice. It was really bad.
Yikes.
Yeah, and then for the safety car, I didn't really know what to do either. As ACW said, it was kind of... Yeah, and it was really kind of a last-second decision. I was like, should I, shouldn't I? And it kind of just stopped raining at the top of the hill before it pitted, and I'm like, oh, it stopped raining. And I'm like, jumped in, and then I think it started raining again, or it was raining at different parts of the track. So I didn't know if it was the right call until really the safety car came in, because my temps were like 55 degrees. I'm like... Yeah, anyway, but it did say light rain, so yeah, and then just made my way through the wet runners. Smithy was really quick. He was definitely on a wet setup. He had really good pace and like heaps of grip. He passed me around the outside of turn 3. I was trying to get past Simo, I think, who I thought I got past, but then he dive bombed me turn 1. Wanted to battle it out. Fair enough, I guess, but. Yeah, I lost out of position there. But then Smithy, I think, spun in the dry. That wet setup, but I think I was catching him only maybe by a little bit. So yeah, I don't know if he threw a win away there, but it's good to have another quick driver on the grid. And yeah, so I kind of lucked into it. ACW it definitely was quick at the end. I wasn't really pushing. I was just like, I knew I had the gap and I just wanted to bring it home. So yeah, I was just hitting my marks and apexes and stuff. Wasn't going crazy. So yeah, I had pace in the bag if I needed it. But yeah, just did enough to not throw it away.
Fair enough. Covered the majority of the bases there. I think the only thing you didn't quite cover was qualifying. A P7 at the end of the session. Were you particularly happy with the lap time?
I only did 2 runs actually, because I was in typical Plev style. I didn't come out until like 9 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago or something. I can't remember, and that's because I was like fiddling with setup for ages, and I looked down. I'm like, it's like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, okay, I better
do something.
Better decide, and then could have sat there all day playing probably. Anyway, so yeah, just the 2 runs. I'm like, I got back in the garage like 6 minutes left, and I thought, it's probably not enough time to do 3 runs. So I just like, yep, final run has to be good, and I improved by 2/10. I was happy with it, and like, yeah, I didn't really do a lot of quality practice. I did a lot of race practice, so I was really, yeah, just keen for that, to be honest. Yeah, I need to get better at qualifying this season, because I think it's been my Achilles heel the last couple of seasons. Had some good ones towards the end of last season, so hopefully I can kind of build on that, and I think I just need to practice more, to be honest. So,
fair enough.
Yeah. That's it.
Mr. Kyle Dyer, do you have anything to ask, please?
Also, what wings were you using? Because you were a damn rocket ship down the straights from what I was watching you.
I think it was more, well, what did I have? So in the wet I had, I think it was 16-13.
Right.
Okay.
And then when I went dry, I flipped it to 19-13 for a bit more grip front end.
Front end grip, yeah. Okay.
But I think a lot of guys around me, if you're comparing like to Smithy, I was like, he passed me and then I passed it straight back on the straight, because he must have been running super high. He was so quick. High. He was super quick in the middle sector.
Yeah.
And then he had heaps of grip in the wet, like, but it was just so slow on the straight. So I think I was he's kind of unlucky, because if it kept raining, it would have been an easy win for him. But just dried up with like 8 laps or so to go. So yeah, I don't know what other guys were running, but yeah, that's pretty close to what I would have ran in the dry, just maybe a bit higher. So
fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's one final question for you, plebs. Next week we're heading over to Barcelona. How do you feel heading into the Spanish Grand Prix?
I need to practice for that one, definitely. So I thought I had really good pace last season there, and I kind of just had rough races. I think I was in a incident in the late series, and then I nearly died at turn 3 in Pacific, and I probably should have got a podium that race. But yeah, not one of my better tracks. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm okay there, but yeah, seems like some guys are quicker. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'd be stoked with another podium for sure.
Well, best of luck for next week, plebs. But for now, congratulations on winning the Brazilian Grand Prix. Well done.
Thank you, Lane. Thank you, KD. Well done, ACW and Jimston as well.
Yeah, no, mega effort from all 3 of you tonight. It was certainly an entertaining race, KD. What a way to start off a season.
I agree with you 100%. It was a interesting race, a very dramatic race, nonetheless. But yeah, it followed all the elements. But yeah, what a good way to start off.
Yeah, plenty of highlights, plenty of drama. One, quite frankly, astonishing overtake that we got to witness from Smithy. That was nuts.
Which one was that?
Around the outside of turn 3, you talked about.
Oh, that one. Yeah, okay.
3 wide, and he just dawdles around you.
We were just a piece
and
of
we
paper.
exploded. We couldn't believe it. I was busy on board with you, looking at Simo, and then I see Smithy jump 2 places. I look right, and there's his Aston Martin going around the outside. Oh, you're kidding!
Imagine how it felt being the driver. I was like, what the
Oh,
heck?
I'm sure.
Like, oh, you're busy battling a bloke, and here comes this sneaky bastard going around the outside of you, and just drives by. Oh, we lost it. When we saw that, we couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I probably should have kept the narrow line and defended the turn one a bit better. I would have kept
Maybe.
it, but, oh, gee.
Should have, could have, would have.
Yeah.
Sort of the nuts and
Whatever
bolts
that
of our life, isn't it? So, but yeah,
Exactly.
Katie, I think we had a lot of fun with this opening round, and certainly looking forward to the rounds to come.
Agreed. I absolutely agree.
But yeah, no. I think, folks, with everything said and done, it's time for us to end the stream. I'm Lane Everingham, my co-commentator for tonight is KD1997. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for round 2 of the championship at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, for the Spanish Grand Prix. Until then, it's goodbye.